All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the very first installment of the Causes Greater Than I conversation series. My name is Chad Graham, and I have the honor of being the president of the Herschel Woody Williams Medal of Honor Foundation. And we have our very own Cindy Stonebraker with us. Good morning, Cindy.
Good morning.
So to let you all know a little bit about this series, we're trying to find new ways in a virtual sense to connect with folks and to connect communities and really build a virtual community, if you will, and to really get our Gold Star families connected to one another and keep their stories of their loved ones in the forefront of our mind and give folks access to that and let them share in that. And we're trying to keep our focus in the midst of everything that's going on that we're all facing together on our mission of honoring, recognizing, and serving our Gold Star families and the legacy of their loved ones who have paid that ultimate sacrifice. So with that, Cindy, we're going to kind of jump right in here, and folks at home, seeing this very first episode, just so you know, we're going to bring on Gold Star families. They're going to tell us about their loved ones. We're going to say their names. We're going to honor them in a virtual sense and all kind of rally around. And this can be a conversation that y'all can get involved in too. In this time when we're all facing the COVID-19 situation together, I think that it's very important that we look to our Gold Star families who continue to recreate resiliency. Just because COVID-19 is something that we're all facing doesn't mean that their circumstance changed in terms of their loved ones. So we need to be mindful of that and use this as an opportunity to really strengthen those communities and keep our eye on the mission. And as we say, the cause is greater than I, and that cause being our Gold Star families. So Miss Cindy, right off the bat, please tell us and say your father's name. Tell us a little bit about him and a little bit about yourself.
Well, good morning. I'm Cindy Stonebraker, and I am the Assistant Director of Programs for the Herschel Woody Williams Medal of Honor Foundation. And I often get asked why this is important, why I'm doing what I'm doing, and why we're as a team are doing what we're doing. To me, it's personal. I am the daughter of Lieutenant Colonel Kenneth Stonebraker, and on October 28, 1968, my father left Udorn Airfield in Thailand for a solo night reconnaissance mission over North Vietnam, and he never returned. This October will be 52 years that my father's been missing in action in Vietnam. And during that time, things were so different. This was something that was never talked about. My father's one of 1,587 that are still unaccounted for from the Vietnam War. And growing up, I didn't know anybody like me. I felt alone, like nobody cared, and that my dad had been forgotten. And with the work of the Herschel Woody Williams Medal of Honor Foundation and our Gold Star Family Memorial Monuments, we are helping to make sure there's never another family that feels like that. We're getting to connect families and communities that may not know other families like them. And the monuments remind the loved ones that their loved ones haven't been forgotten. So I feel very blessed to get to do and be part of this team.
Awesome, Cindy, and we are so grateful and honored that you're a part of our team, and we're honored to say your father's name today, Lieutenant Colonel Kenneth Stonebraker. We say that in honor and in gratitude and in remembrance and just honoring him today and his legacy, and you're a part of that legacy, and the work you're doing is definitely a part of that legacy moving forward. And in light of that, Cindy, you shared a story with me the other day, just kind of a thought about being able to use this as an opportunity while you are maybe locked in your house with your family. And some folks have said, that can be challenging in a lot of senses. And you had a really great perspective. And I'd just like you to share that with everyone in terms of the opportunities you can take while we are isolated with our families.
Well, I have a little different, view on that. As I told you, I know this is a trying time for people. I mean, you're in your houses. Some of you haven't spent this much time together. Lots of electronics going on. What I would like to do is kind of challenge people to take advantage of this opportunity that your life has slowed down. you've got time with your family to
Right.
turn off those electronics, turn the movies off and just spend some time talking. Um, I can't tell you what I would give to have 5 minutes of a conversation with my dad and find out those stupid things. What was his favorite color? Was he good at math? What was his first car? And now everybody's got that opportunity to sit and find those things out. And for some people it may seem silly, what difference does that make? But from someone who's never had that opportunity, sometime that's going to come up and you're going to want to know that, and it may be too late. So my challenge is to take advantage of this time and spend some time talking.
Absolutely. I think that's wonderful advice, Cindy. And, due to use of technology like we're using today is another great way to connect and have those conversations. I know that many of us have family members that are kind of scattered across the country, and this is a way that we can utilize technology to have a face-to-face conversation and to speak to one another. I know in the last few days, finding different ways to talk to friends and, folks that you maybe you're used to seeing on a regular basis or almost daily, and you're shooting them a text all the time. And then you go, wow, it would be great to be able to look at someone and have a conversation. And so, I think that's great advice, and we can use the technology as well to take that outside of our home. And I think it's really important that we bring all of y'all as Gold Star families together in a place virtually, to say those names, to honor you and your ongoing sacrifice. And then too, for folks to get that perspective, that unique perspective, similar to what you just offered. Many times we've talked about, turning, they're saying turn off part of the news coverage. And I think that's a healthy approach. We do need to be mindful. We need to be smart. We need to be together as a country and fighting this thing. I do think there are positive things we can do from home. Cindy, if you can just share really quick, one of the things that you challenge civic groups and kids that you speak to all across the country, what they should find, if you will.
Well, as the Herschel Woody Williams Medal of Honor team, we live daily by the words of our founder, Woody Williams, and that is, the cause is greater than I. So I challenge everybody to, while you've got this downtime, to find your cause. Find the one thing that you're passionate about and go out and make a difference. I mean, you may not physically be able to go out right now, but this is a perfect time to be thinking about what it is that you can do, something that you're passionate about, where you can go out and make a difference. And don't let someone tell you that it's silly, but everybody has the ability to change the world. And if we take advantage of this time, find your passion and get started with it.
Awesome. Thank you, Cindy. I think that's great advice for all of us to find your cause. And we're going to be coming back to y'all every few days with a new conversation, a new cause is greater than I conversation in this series of, so you can think of it as a cup of coffee in the morning with somebody that you'll get some meaningful perspectives from. Being our Gold Star families, you're going to hear from our founder, and we're gonna be listening to you. So please interact with us, chime in. We're going to launch this series in a live sense so that we can chat with all of you out there when you have questions, and you can ask those questions of us as an organization. You can ask folks like Cindy about her family, about her perspective as a Gold Star family member, and ask questions about these Gold Star families' loved ones. One of the things that we're going to be asking during the series is that Gold Star families engage by sending us their loved one's name and one thing about their loved one. And we're going to go at the end of each series, and we're going to start reading those names and honoring those names and speaking their names. The old saying that a person experiences two deaths, when their soul leaves their body and when we stop saying their name. So we're not going to stop saying their name. That's important. And that's something that we're going to do with this series. So we're pumped about it. Miss Cindy, thank you for being a part of this very first episode or installment of the Cause is Greater Than I interview conversations. And everybody stay safe out there. And Miss Cindy, you have a great day.
You too. Thanks. Bye.
We'll see everybody.